welcome to Grapeshot, a short-form podcast. For today's episode, we'll be talking about
Shenzhen.
Yeah, because it's spelled
differently than how it's actual modern day.
Because we changed how we do romanization. I think is a big part of it.
In the past 100 years.
Yeah, that might have happened. Yeah. In any case, we're gonna pronounce it like that. Okay, Shangzong.
Sure, why not?
You can do Shangzong. It depends on the A's.
If I trust YouTube, James, what else can I trust?
Okay. Shangzong from the Four Pilgrims by William Boulting. Your hosts are me, James, and
Clip Clop.
Clip Clop Neil. Neil the Clip It.
Clippity Clop
Clip
Clop.
Clop Clop Clop.
Yeah.
Clip Clop.
Yeah.
Okay. In any case, this story was first published in 1920. I believe it's from the United Kingdom. That's at least where the publishers are.
Mm-hmm.
And the word count is about 20,600, and it's approximately 64 pages long. Okay. Please, you tell me all about William Boulting.
Well, James, according to our inexhaustive notes on the guy, there's not a lot about him, actually.
Oh, no.
Damn it. Yeah, no, we have more about some other people who did some things about this story. But as for William Boulting, it was probably likely he was a Brit.
Yeah.
And was born in the mid to late 1800s.
Yeah.
So contrary to this story, I guess, it seems that he more so was interested in writing about Italy and Italians.
Yep.
I mean, he kind of references Marco Polo a couple times in this story, so maybe that's how he made.
Yeah, I also remember he does a lot of references to the classics, like pretty much. I think he's doing it for the audience because he assumes the person that's reading this, all they know about like Eastern society is like, oh yeah, Pliny mentioned this once, or like it's Jesus mentioned like the people of this region vaguely, type of thing. Or Paul went there.
He came back, I think, right?
Don't think so.
So, dang it, Paul.
Yeah, and so he like his things he wrote from. You want to list off some of the other works?
Let's see. So wrote about the life, thoughts, and martyrdom of Giordano Bruno, who was a 16th century philosopher, famous for his works on the infinite nature of the universe and cosmic pluralism, I guess.
He wasn't the first person, but he was the first like big arguers for like there are sun is not all the stars are suns, so there are all of them probably have planets, and a lot of them probably have life on them, and the universe is probably way bigger than we can possibly understand.
We're not special. Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay. And how'd that go for him?
I believe he was murdered by the church.
There you go.
People like to put him down as like one of the martyrs of science.
Okay. Yes, hence the last thing
there.
Yes. Then he also wrote about, kind of next title kind of makes me allergic, Women in Italy, which was about women in Italy from 1100 to 1600 AD.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
There's you want me to summarize better than that? That's what it is.
Okay, all right. Just a lot of shit happened in those specific centuries. So
yeah, I don't have anything to offer. What do you want?
There you go. All right. Also read about Tasso and his times.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and
who was a 16th century poet, or he wrote about the 16th century.
No, poets. he was a 16th century poet. Yeah.
Okay, yes.
And this is just a formatting issue on my part. Sorry for that.
Okay. Yes, and then Aeneas Sylvius.
Yeah.
Sorry, were these just like pen names and stuff? Or?
No, I think that was his like. I don't remember what it is. That's a thing in Latin though. I don't think it's his name.
Okay, sorry. Aeneas Sylvius, Ennea Silvio de Piccolo Mini Pius II, orator, man of letters, statesman, and pope.
Yeah, he was a pope.
Okay, good job, team.
Okay, yeah, and now we actually get onto the thing that matters. Shangzong, who is our, he's like this story, real guy, of course.
Yeah.
This is not a made-up story. Not a fake pilgrim.
Yes, we didn't just make this guy up.
No.
So he's real.
Yeah. I don't think Boulting was that creative.
Well, I know. Come on, he lists the sources he's plagiarizing from.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, it's Shang Tsung, real guy, lived approximately from like this. I get different dates for his life, birth and death. Constantly, I think it's differences in calendars probably is the main thing.
Well, I think in the story, Boulting says like Shang Tsung lived until he was fucking saying the Mortal Kombat character. Shan Zun lived until he was 65, I think, but
let me double check.
Seems in these calendars, it seems in your particular discovery, he lived until he was 62 years old. From 602 to 664.
Yeah, I think there's a certain amount of error, and there's a certain amount of, I think, like actual just like calendar changing, which is a mistaken thing because the numbers like they just vary quite dramatically. Anyways, but they're all like all of them are very specific at like the date. He's most famous. Xuanzang is most famous for bringing at least 657 Indian texts to China and translating many of them himself, at least 65. Yes. He went on a grand illegal journey at the age of 27 and wrote about his travels, which became his book of travels became very popular, obviously. Yep. And this is just stealing straight from Wikipedia. This Chinese travelogue, titled The Records of the Western Regions, is a notable source about Junzang and also for the scholarship of the 7th century India and Central Asia. The travelogue is a mix of implausible, the hearsay, and first-hand accounts. Selections from them are used and disputed as terminus ante quem for 645 for events, names, and texts he mentions. This text, in turn, provided the inspiration for the novel Journey to the West, written by Wu Sheng, and during the Ming Dynasty, and around 9th century, written by him around 9 centuries after Shang Zong's death. So that's, of course, Journey to the West is pretty important.
A little bit for all you weebs out there.
All the nerds in the audience. Anyways, and so, of course, because he's a real person and that's about him, he's the inspiration for the character from Journey to the West, Tang Sanzang, and thus is the inspiration for Bulma from Dragon Ball.
Yes, the comparative muggle to Sun Wukong's character.
Yep.
I'm sorry, was the character in Journey to the West Tang Sanzang also kind of just an ordinary person, I guess?
Yeah, he was just the easily distracted monk going into dangerous areas.
Okay,
that's the whole gimmick.
Okay, what was he also trying to get a boyfriend/girlfriend?
No, but he was on a grand quest of enlightenment, which is pretty hard from what I hear.
There you go.
We could go more into his life, but that's kind of the point of the story.
Just so cataloging every single fucking stop and event thereof.
Yeah, so we don't have to go too much. We'll talk about in the story.
Yes.
Okay, and now we get into the trivia. Yay!
Now about the real hero of the story,
Mr. Orson Welles.
Oh, God.
Yay! Okay, Orson Welles, you might be surprised about this. No direct relation to William Boulting, because William Boulting has no direct relationship to anyone, it seems.
He's a lucky mystery.
Yes. And he, of course, has no direct relationship to Shang Tsung. But live with that. But I do have little things. Orson Welles narrated an episode of the documentary series Time Shift titled "Battle for the Himalayas," the first to film the fight to film Everest, which is about the man's struggles in the 20th century to climb Mount Everest. So hey, there's a little bit there. Yeah,
he crossed it.
He also narrated The Flames of Persia, which was a 1971 documentary about the Shah Muhammad Reza Pahlavi and the extravagant Persepolis ceremonies. That was just propaganda.
You don't say.
Yeah. He just worked on some propaganda for the Persian Empire. Mm-hmm. That's vaguely related.
Hey.
Orson Welles was often compared to a bearded Buddha because he was fat.
You made me feel things.
Okay. There's also an episode of The Shadow called The Black Buddha. I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. And the final thing is that Guru Dutt is an Indian director who is often seen as the Indian Orson Welles.
Okay.
That's about as good as I could get for this time.
Yeah. I mean, did Guru Dutt do any of the related to any of these things, or
he's an Indian guy who is sometimes compared to Orson Welles.
Okay, all right, we had to pad things out a little bit here.
That is that's all I could get for it. And then we have into the next trivia section, which I would like for you to read.
All right, let's see here. So, a skull relic purported to be that of Shenzhen's was held in the Temple of Great Compassion, Tianjin, until 1956, when it was taken to Nalanda, allegedly by the Dalai Lama, and presented to India. The relic was in the Patna Museum for a long time, but was moved to a newly built memorial hall in Nalanda in 2007. The Wenshu Monastery in Chengdu, Sichuan province, also claims to have part of Shenzhen's skull.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to want his bits.
Yeah, we promised a rather simple burial for him and to honor his wishes, but we couldn't really help ourselves from bashing his skull a little bit.
Yeah, we were like, it's a very simple burial in 7 different locations.
Very cheap. And also his remains. Part of Shenzhen's remains were taken from Nanjing by soldiers of the Imperial Japanese Army in 1942 and are now enshrined at Yakushiji in Nara, Japan. In May 1956, some of the relics of Shenzhen were returned by the Japanese government to the Taiwanese government, which agreed to allow the Japanese to retain the rest. The returned relics were eventually enshrined in Xuanzun Temple in Taiwan.
Yeah. So, yeah, at least 4 separate countries claim to have bits of him.
Jesus Christ. How many bits does China have left?
Probably more than when they started.
Yeah.
There's probably a good 7 bodies worth of his parts sort of laying around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna do my synopsis.
Okay. Can I do mine after?
You can do your synopsis after.
Okay.
Okay. The story is summarized as when you go on your gap year trip and things get out of hand.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
When your parents say, no, you can't go on the fucking Cabot Trail for your sabbatical. Anyway, and then I guess for my synopsis, for anyone who says that it's more about the journey than the destination, I'm going to punch them.
Yeah. It's all about getting in India. That's the only thing that matters.
Yep. And Afghanistan and some parts of the Delta.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm like, yeah, there's parts of this, obviously, it was like, hey, that's parts of Pakistan now. But I'm like, 1920, doesn't exist yet.
It's going to happen, guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I think also maybe some of it is, no, it's not Thailand. What's the, Bangladesh? No. Nepal. Okay, well, there's Ceylon. Like, I'm bad at this. I'm bad at knowing countries in modern. I still, that was a problem I had, is that I was in a class once and I had to say, like, okay, and then there are large oil deposits in, and I was like, what do we call the Dutch East Indies now?
You're just way too used to reading about that stuff.
Yeah, that's just how I still relate to things like 1940 census. Like, there's new countries now.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, but I'm still like, it was a geologic report, but I'm still like, I probably read the actual names of the countries multiple times, but I'm still looking at the map and thinking,
where is French Indochina?
Yes, I know those ones now because because I don't know how the Dutch East Indies got their independence or like all the countries that came out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know how did the French Indochina get its independence? Like, they killed a lot of French guys, a lot of Americans, everyone, they did a good job. They won.
20 years.
Yeah, it took a long fight, but I know that they won. I don't know who won in Indonesia nowadays and the other countries.
Well, I mean, for fucking Cambodia and Thailand.
Yeah, and Laos.
Yes, I did.
Laos?
I say Laos, but
okay. See, the problem with Laos is it's an insult.
Yeah.
So when I say it, I'm like, oh, a bunch of lazy louses.
Well, that's the problem for for white people always saying like Sikh instead of sick.
Yeah, I still say Sikh.
I know you're trying to not say they're fucking ill, but
yeah, we try to be nice, but we don't know how to not.
Just too good.
Yeah. Okay. So, before we do the actual get into it, do you have any like opening remarks about the story?
Well, I mean, this is definitely this felt like a historical fucking novel more so than anything really.
Okay.
Yeah.
60 pages long. It's like a novella on its own, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not gonna say it's terribly written. I'm not gonna say it's greatly written. It has a lot of emphasis, and it gets you through scenes quite clearly.
Yeah.
Some of the times it's like I think it's quite interesting. He does put quite a bit of power. It's like, oh no, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
But I do know like he's gonna live.
Yes.
I'm quite sure that Shangzong I'm gonna struggle with it for the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a wrist transit every single time.
Every single time, I'm gonna do it again and again. It's gonna get worse, but I'm just gonna try and stick with Shang Tsung and like be happy with that.
Okay, how's that?
I think it's fine. Like it is clearly a bit. It's written from. It's a guy in the 1920s, clearly writing about a place he's never going to visit.
Mm-hmm. And trying to, just take it from these primary and secondary sources for all you fucking ignorant Europeans.
Yeah, this feels like it is a quite commercial product. It feels like it does not feel scholarly.
Well, I mean, I think there's like a moment where Shenzhen gets to, I forget if it's like some spot in Afghanistan or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then he mentions like, oh yes, he views the marvels of the prior Buddhist sites or whatever that have been like maybe neglected or abandoned or what have you, and we can mention it's like, oh yes, it was great that they was able to do this. And you know who also did that? The British colonial troops who were visiting in 1860. So there was a little bit of propagandizing maybe there as well, I guess. Like we're perpetuating the the spread of civilization or whatever, exchange of civilization.
Yeah, I also had there was also an annoying thing where I was reading for this, and like I did a bit of research, of course, and part of that was like, and he's marveling on this statue, and this statue. These ones were destroyed in this war. These ones were destroyed by these terrorists. These ones were destroyed in this cultural revolution. And it was like, crap.
Great job, guys.
Yeah, it was like these things were around up to fairly recently in some cases, and now they're gone.
I mean, was that like post the writing of this as well, or
like one of them was during, like I remember one of the statues was destroyed like during the it was a battle by the British Army in India.
Yeah, there you go.
And it was like in the late 1800s. But a lot of them were Cultural Revolution, and a few others were ISIS. And I was like, yeah, ISIS was a good 90 years after this. Couldn't predict that bunch. But it's kind of a shame. It was like, it's always annoying when you go for history. It's like, guy sees really nice thing that has been destroyed.
Wishes it over.
Yes. Okay, we can get into the actual thing. We don't have to like go. If you want to know this story, there are plenty of better tellings, I will say, probably than this one. But there aren't better tellings that are 60 pages long.
No. Most of the tourism guides you really get for these places.
Yeah, there is a section near the end, I think, where he's like, let me see if I can find it. Where he's talking about other translations, which is like, M. Julian condensed the latter and less interesting parts of the biography, for the complete work was too voluminous and too full of flowery periods to be worth the labor of a full translation. Yeah. And even with this abridgment, much of the work, like C. Yuki Ki, which is the original work
by Shenzhen.
Yes, remains tedious reading. There is also much abbreviated translations by the English Dr. Samuel Beale. So there are, if you want to read the, I don't know if I can recommend anyone reading the longer version, because everything I read about seems like it is nightmarishly long, but it probably is like very good.
Yes, if you want to get like the primary source of what it was presumably like for this guy, going through 25 years, traveling from China to India.
Yeah. It's like it's probably, you can learn probably a lot out of it. But if you want to read something in an hour, it gets you the bullet points basically. This is fine.
There are literally some times where it's just like a line of like, oh hey, I visited this place. Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah. And there's many sections where it's like, I met these people. They were tall and strong and respectable. He's generally quite nice to all the like in the descriptions, but that's Shang Zhang's, like that's him describing these people. He's a nice Buddhist guy. I think that Boulting, if he met these people in real life, would probably be less.
Yes, those uncouth guys. They're so simple. I mean, there's a lot of him Shenzhen saying like, these simple guys or whatever. But they were respectable to guests. So.
Yeah. Also, I believe there are a few times where Boulting says like, okay, Shang Zhang describes these people as this: the modern people, way worse.
Oh God, so
yeah, they aren't like that anymore.
No, they've fallen from grace until the week came along. Yay.
Okay, let's get to the opening. Yeah, okay. This is the first quote I have, that I recorded, which I laugh at because language. No. Here it is. The The Chinese government was always persistently obstructive to foreign intercourse.
Just don't want to get fucked, guys. Come on.
Yeah, it is an accurate description.
Fucking stands the test of time.
It is accurate, but the word intercourse is now funny.
We didn't know what it was going to mean, you fucking plebs.
Always hilarious.
Yes.
They existed. China's old. I also like the very first line that I think the story opens with is, for thousands of years, China was a world to itself, cut off from the races of men.
Fucking on their fucking heavenly domains, guys.
Yeah, which is a very that's a line from like Lord of the Rings or something. I would hear about like Asgard.
The elves.
Yeah, it's like no, they're guys. They're just some guys over there.
They're literally killing each other like everyone else. So.
Yeah, sometimes even less. Yeah,
good job.
Yeah, guys. And then they do a whole thing about how Christianity came to China. It came by guys. Guys brought over.
Great job, guys.
And then they talk a bit about the history of Buddhism, which they should have gone with Buddhism first, because Buddhism was earlier.
What's really more important, James?
Yeah. We didn't have to bring up all that Christianity stuff first. Christianity doesn't seem to influence the story at all.
No.
I think it's just for the reader, who's probably, you, Christian man, I want you to know there are Christians over there.
Yeah, well, I think they also meant, feel like Boulting usually mentions like, oh yes, the saintly Shenzhen or whatever. There's a lot of using Christian terms.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things. Is this for his own benefit or for the benefit of the supposed readers?
I'm gonna go with probably the latter. But
okay. Yada yada yada. Ashoka spreads the faith. Yada yada yada. Islam happens. It's a big deal.
Root.
In any case, in 603 AD, according to Boulting, Hang Shung is like things are bad in China.
A little bit.
The government is broken down. There's rebels everywhere. Violence.
I think he mentions the Mongols or whatever. Or
no, the Mongols like
that's later.
Yeah, the Mongols as you understand them, not for another like 400 years.
I guess. Sorry, he just mentions he labels them as. Boulting labels them as Mongols, or
I think like he uses terms that vaguely resemble Mongols, but the Mongols don't exist in any meaningful purpose. I'm not gonna. That's a bit mood, but they aren't the Mongols we think of. But he is comparing people to like the Huns and things. He's basically saying men on horses are doing stuff.
Guys from the steppe.
Yeah, which is like there's a lot of them. Don't get them mixed up. They'll fight you. But I can't fight you now because I'm 99% sure William Boulting is dead.
Probably. You never know.
No confirmation of death, but still, probably dead.
Where are his skull fragments?
Yeah. Unless I find a temple of William Boulting's skull in it, I can't confirm he's dead. Okay. Yes. Shangzong he's born. Things aren't great. Gets sent to Sichuan.
Let's go with Sichuan.
Yeah, it becomes a priest. There's a little quote about here. He disobeyed monastic authority, joined a band of nomadic traders, and visited the convent after convent of the wide empire with the purpose of clearing his mind in debate with their inmates. I want to call them inmates. Monks are not inmates.
You're slaves until you achieve enlightenment.
Yeah, but it's just, once again, words make me laugh. Concerning difficult problems in the scriptural scholarship and the precise importance of certain tenets of his faith. Okay. Eventually he gets bored of this and decides he wants to go traveling. The government says no.
Don't really want you. Was it just we didn't like you bring stuff into here?
Mostly we didn't want you leaving too. There was a whole thing.
Boulting kind of describes him, and possibly Xuan describes him as a very godly figure, I guess. Maybe it's a wrong way to term it, but he's the best at his craft. People flock to him for his insight and
Yeah, he's very good. But like at this stage, he's just kind of an asshole kid.
Yeah.
Who is just like, that's why I describe it as the gap year. It's just, I got some free time. I don't want to hang out with all these losers. I'm going to go to India.
I can do whatever no one ever's done before.
Yeah. Okay, and so let's go to the next quote. By a lucky accident, he fell in with a barbarian who expressed a desire to become a monk and who offered to guide him past 5 successive forts which lay ahead, which he must which he must somehow contrive to dodge.
They're coming. Oh God, they're coming.
Yeah, the thing is, apparently, like, I understand you can't just walk out of China. China's big. And the route he's going, can you find, I have a thing in our notes. It's a link to a map that he actually, the travels.
Travel route, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes through some of the most notoriously out there, fucking desolate deserts probably in the entire world.
Yeah, scroll down. It's not the first map, it's the second map. The first map's some other guy.
Okay. Fuck that guy.
No, this is
the Ganges River.
Yeah, it's just he didn't.
It's map number 3.
Yeah, map number 3.
Okay, yes. So he goes through.
He has to go pretty far north.
Taklamakan Desert. I think he mentions the Gobi Desert as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, he goes through. He goes through several things. Lots of his party die.
Yeah, people are just constantly dying.
Yeah, but he's got a smile on his face, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it has to there's a little bit. Oh yeah. I have to build a little bridge out of grass and sand. There's a scary night. What, like, the barbarian he's working with is like, he's one night he's thinking, is that guy just trying to murder me?
He's kind of getting up at me, and I'm not sure which. He's got a knife.
Yeah. Okay. So they have to go to. There's this whole struggles with like forests trying to get water, and then there's another 40. Like he might almost get murdered in one of them, so he avoids the third fort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's a whole thing. But he's not. He thinks he's going to be fine because he has an amulet. In that amulet is a sacred manuscript that is the gift from a grateful leper. A leper gave me a manuscript, so I'll be fine.
I just rub it all over myself.
Yeah, rub it in there. Goes through an oasis. That's a good time. Meets a bunch of Uyghurs. Is that how it's spelled? Pronounced Uyghurs?
I interpreted it as it being the Uyghurs, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Travels 600 miles. Meets the ruler. Uyghur? I don't know. In any case, meets the ruler. He meets like in total, I think it's like 70 different rulers.
So I think it's about 70 principalities or
states or whatever it sounds.
Yeah.
Some of them I think is like an annoying thing because he meets kings, and some of those kings have other kings. And I'm like, okay, is this a state or is this just a part of that guy's state?
Tributary or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know how that really works.
Yeah. These guys have been dead for centuries.
Yeah, I can't ask him. I guess one thing is that like he does he meets the ruler. This is gonna be a whole running theme of the stories. He meets the ruler of Kang Chang Turfin is his name, and he's like the king basically says, "Hey, you're a smart guy. You should live with me now.
Work for me.
Yeah, work for me." And then it's like, he's like, no.
So you're cramping my style.
Yeah, it goes on a hunger strike for 4 days, and then it's like, okay, you only have to live here for a month.
Well, I mean, there's a little bit beforehand where the king bars his path forward.
Yeah, he's not allowed to leave.
Yeah.
Flat out, it's like you're my prisoner right at the moment.
Yeah, he kind of just mostly pisses off everyone he comes across.
Yeah, well, it's like it's mostly like I like talking to people for a short amount of time. Is what
Move on.
Shang Tsung. That's his whole gimmick. I'm gonna go travel a bit. Meet some people, and meet some more people.
Yes, I'll meet my fucking intellectual rivals. I'll meet some, other monks. Yeah,
have a good time. But in any case, nice thing is that he got like the amount of gifts he gets in this. A lot of them he denies, of course.
Yes,
like, I'm not going to take your gifts.
Yeah.
But so many times it's like he got 100 ounces of gold from this king, 30,000 pieces of silver, and 500 pieces of satin.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a lot of gifts.
Kind of for one guy.
Yeah, you don't need that many gifts.
Not really. Well, like you said, he either sends them away, or he sends them by sea over to China, where they immediately sink into the water.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Don't do the spoiler. That's one of my favorite lines.
So good.
We're good. Like he eventually gets through that. Okay. Like it's just like he has some more journeys. It's a fun time.
Like some of the bandits.
Yeah, but how long is it going to take to get? There's just bandits are constant in the story.
Yeah, kind of.
That's the thing that we just like. I have never dealt with a bandit.
No pirates in our general vicinity.
No, but that's a constant thing. I'm just going to keep skimming for this. I'm just looking for things that stand out to me. It's like at the gate of Kush, he was offered flowers but was not allowed to accept them. He describes the kingdom as they were wholly honest folk with an incompetent ruler. Like I don't even know if he met the ruler in this case, but he was quite insulting them.
Yep. What, give me flowers? Come on. The other guy gave me like 20,000 of my weight in gold. Idiot.
There's some big feasts. A lot of guys die again.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that relates to maybe one of my quotes or whatever, where, yeah, no, he just, like I said, lots of people die, but, you know, it never really breaks Xuanzun's spirit at all. Just, you know.
He's got his leper paper.
Keeps him safe, mostly.
Okay. No, I think this is the thing you'll get to. He visits the Iron Gate Mountain Pass, which I just like the sound of.
Yeah.
Has to go for the mountains. Seems fun. Has to visit a Khan. Then he has to visit the Khan's son-in-law, where he founds the monarch on his deathbed. He's obligated to wait for 2 months for the funeral ceremonies. During the time a tragedy took place, which casts a lurid light in the court life of Central Asia during the 7th century, and which reminds us of the Italian tragedies during the High Renaissance. The wife of the Khan had died. The Khan replaced her by marrying her young sister. At the instigation of a son by the first marriage, the bride murders her husband.
Mm-hmm. We gotta get that incestuous bullshit in there.
Yeah, we got. So it goes like pip, pip, pip. I drew a Z.
Now imagine there's a knife going through all of them.
Yeah, I drew a Z, and that's the story.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and sorry, I did have a question about that game. I mean, you did mention that manga doesn't exist at that time, but you know, Khan as a title, I guess. Before them, or
like Khan, I'm pretty sure just king. And I'm pretty sure, like, once again, this is a case of bootling or botling, just adapting terms.
Yes.
It's just a constant problem with him. It's like I don't know how much of a scholar he is of the East. The answer is
literally don't know anything about
him. Yeah,
him.
he's like we did check his sources. He uses like 5 separate ones. One is like the French translation, but even he admits that's abridged.
Yep.
And then he has like some a couple English ones, and it's like I think it's like 5 total sources. It's not great history,
really?
But it's acceptable for this purpose. I'm not going to be angry for a guy 100 years ago not using the exact correct terms for a 60-page story.
Maybe criticism a bit for maybe not talking to any scholars, maybe intimately familiar with the field, but.
Yes. Going for the Hindu Kush, he says the raging spirits and demons of the mountains send every kind of calamity, and there are murderous robbers to be met. Yep.
Supernatural gods are fucking with us, and these guys with knives.
And then he has to spend the whole wet season in Afghanistan. It's like, I guess you gotta. It kind of sucks.
A little bit.
There's references to Ptolemy, Pliny, and Alexander the Great.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was that a current Ptolemy, or were they just referencing, the ancient pharaoh?
It's the ancient ones. Yes.
Okay, because that wasn't just some modern day Ptolemy.
You think there's just some guy called Ptolemy?
I don't know. Fucking, he's a sick guy. Go on. Jeez, come on.
More dying, lots of people dying.
It's kind of a thing.
Yeah, and when he actually gets to India, he's trying to learn all about Buddhism. And the problem is Buddhism's not doing too great in India at the time.
Nope.
No.
Hinduism is kind of on the ascendant or whatever.
Yeah, Brahmanism, which apparently I looked it up. Brahmanism, it's the spoiler word. It's an early kind of more ritualistic form of Hinduism. Mm-hmm. Before what we understand as modern Hinduism really came about.
I feel like he describes how he views the problems of it or whatever, just the ritualistic sense of it, using its concepts and edicts to perpetuate individual power, I guess.
Yeah, kind of. That is a major problem. It was also when I looked it up, a lot of it is just ritualistic sacrifice is a constant major proponent of it. Mm-hmm. Which is obviously nowadays they don't like that as much.
No,
there's a lot of burning people at the stake, obsession with ashes, and specific locations having if you're from this area, you have more authority than this guy who grew up in a less spiritual area. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that, which is most Buddhists would say well, obviously no, we don't agree with that. No. And most Hindus, so at least some Hindus would say no, where you're born, there's none of that should really matter.
Yes. Yeah, but that sacrifice bit comes up a bit later.
Yeah. There's a few bits of not great stuff.
Yep.
I guess. Let's keep going. He meets the king of Kashmir, gets to ride on an elephant, spends 2 years studying Sanskrit and Buddhist scriptures.
Yep.
That's a good time.
Yes.
I like the phrase Empress Dowager of the Tartar dynasty.
Just fit all the tails in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, he gets to keep he keeps the elephant for a little bit. I think it dies though.
No, I think that's a different elephant.
Okay.
Because
he gets 2 elephants.
Yeah, this is an elephant he gets while he's there. Then he gets another elephant on the return journey, I think. Because the other one is an official gift. This one is just, you get to ride on. It's like, that's fun.
Get some vivid descriptions of its ornamentation.
Okay. In any case, yes. Also, the Brahmins still receive him as they still like him. Everyone likes Shangzong.
Yes. He's like fucking Gilgamesh.
Yeah, I think it's a part of it is just like he's the first foreign guy they've ever met.
A little bit.
Yeah, I was like, where the fuck do you come from? China. Like,
Ooh.
fuck. That's far.
It's like a world cut off from ours or something.
Yeah. Do you know of the race of man?
We suck.
Here's a little bit I enjoyed. It's like when he got near the cavern, 5 brigands pounced upon him. He pointed to his monk's robes and told them that if they were brigands, they were none less men, and he had no fear of men or even of wild beasts. When sacred duties called him, he touched their hearts and they let him go. He then went in the cavern and met Buddha's shadow.
Well, he's fucking standing in it, literally. So
yeah, that was the whole thing. There was a little bit where he goes into a cavern and it's dark, and he meets Buddha, his shadow at least.
Just there.
That's convenient.
Hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
I was here the whole time, actually.
Okay. There's a little bit. Okay. You want to read for the next little bit, next bullet point thing?
Which page are we on?
We're on page 3.
Okay, sorry.
You on page 2?
4.
Okay, yeah, we haven't gone that far. Don't worry.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Let's see here. Okay. Attacked by bandits?
Yeah.
Okay. Attacked by bandits, but ultimately saved. Master, said one of the monks to Shenzong.
Yeah.
All that we had has been taken by the thieves, and we have barely got off of our lives. How is it you can smile and look so cheerful? Because life is man's greatest boon, was the reply. When that has been saved, why vex oneself over clothes and food?
Yeah, he's a positive thinker.
Okay, well, yeah, there's such a thing as being too positive when literally several members of your party have fucking died.
Yeah, but it's like, I'm still alive.
Yes, you, specifically, Mr. In Buddha's shadow.
Okay, and then we get into you can skip, next thing I like is, he gets captured by Durga worshipping pirates. Captured by pirates.
Yes.
They want to sacrifice him, but then they're like, I think some of his followers tell the pirates, like, you can't sacrifice this guy. He's literally the most holy man you'll ever meet.
And they literally try to, put themselves up for
Yeah, they try to put themselves up, and then a squall hits, a giant downpour of rain and stuff, and the pirates take that as a bad omen.
Yep.
Return their stolen goods and just leave.
Yes.
And I was like, hey.
Yeah, we don't always convert every bandit we come across. Sometimes God just intercedes on our behalf.
Yeah, sometimes God just steps in and fixes. Yep. And then there's more travels, and he constantly meets old Buddhist monasteries that are in poor maintenance, falling apart. But the Brahmins are doing fine.
But then I think usually his presence, on occasion, will
he literally he meets some people and they say you know what, I should be a Buddhist, or I should fund a monastery for Buddhists and things like that. Yeah. Here's another little quote. He described Brahmin ascetics who, by all manners of austerity, sought to escape from any more births and deaths.
Just want to remove themselves from the reincarnation cycle completely.
Okay, and there's one other little thing here is umbrellas are a good thing, I guess.
Yeah,
they're constantly just mentioned as there was a grand feast and umbrellas.
So many umbrellas.
There was a big parade and umbrellas.
Our drinks also had umbrellas too.
Yeah, I just found it weird. It's umbrellas, really like them.
Okay, guys. Leave the Buddha statues. Bring the umbrellas back to China.
I think they had umbrellas in China.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I guess. You have anything you want to say at this point?
I think we mainly covered the main bits, or the humorous bits, I guess, in that story.
Okay. Well, he then goes. He spends 5 years in Nalanda, which is a very impressive school where he studies a lot of books and like tries to he expounded 50 sacred texts. He meets Silla Baharda, who is the father superior, who is then his tutor, who is apparently like he knows everything.
He is the grandson of his land, basically.
He's like most impressive. Like he is literally the holiest man, probably that doesn't hold like a military title.
No.
Yeah, the holiest man who can't order your death. Okay. There's also a whole. After that, he visits Bhagalpur, which is the land of sugarcane, which I think that sounds great. Tries to go to Ceylon, but apparently there's war there, so turns back.
It's the one thing you can't really deal with.
Yeah, I can't be killed in Ceylon. That would ruin my plans.
Kind of.
Meets the Maharathas. They seem pretty nice and impressive.
Oh yeah, it kind of mentions their fucking battle prowess or whatever.
Yeah.
They're sheer cock and balls.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people like to fight naked. Very impressive.
Yep.
There's also this is a thing by Boulting, which I like to see, where he's like he hears a story about these like women who like mate with demons and then sing songs to then like attract men to try and then capture and eat them.
Yep.
And then it goes like, wait, those are the sirens.
Yeah.
Why do they have the siren story?
Why are we fucking crossing mythologies here?
Yeah, how did we bring that to them, or like how did that work out? He has a whole little thing about.
Did Alexander fucking visit this, hear about this place or whatever, and then just fucking bring it back or whatever?
Yeah, it was like he's like, how'd that story work? Did they come our way or their way?
Yes.
I was like,
why are all foxes tricksters?
Yeah, I just find that there's a weird little commentary about him, which is like Boulting does not do that much commentary, really. Like all things considered, it's like very limited amount of commentary.
Yes, mainly just like references to other things, but he doesn't usually bring his own narrator's voice down hard like this or whatever.
Which is so it's a bit of a surprising thing. I think it seems like literally like it's just him being confused by something he read.
Guys, have you seen this shit?
Yeah. Also visits the House of Happiness. Does some more studying. Blah 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 blah. More things, more visiting. He almost gets killed, but he because he's studying there and he has different religious ideologies at like a temple. Some people conspire to murder him.
Yeah. But then the kings basically let it be known that like, okay, if you fuck this guy, he get like financially penalized or whatever.
Yeah.
And then if you fucking kill him, then you'll be beheaded and decorate my walls.
Yeah, even if you speak poorly against him, your tongue will be cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, don't do that. Yeah.
Yes. But I think he even when they capture the actual conspirators, like Shansun, like tells
he says don't do that.
Yes.
Don't go murdering people.
We just exile them a little bit.
Yeah, got exiled. It all worked out.
Yes. And then I don't know if you mentioned this part, but what about do we want to mention the Altair? No, everyone was afraid to like argue with him because of all this. So
I have a whole section about that.
Okay.
No, but like I think this actually comes up a bit earlier. Is that okay? I'll just do the whole quote. On one occasion, a certain Brahmin had hung up a challenge to the Buddhists, which consisted of 40 articles, and according to custom, he wagered his head to maintain them. Possibly perfectly well aware that in the unexpected event of defeat, the forfeit would not be exacted. For some days, no one would come forward to oppose him. Then Shangzun sent a monk to take up the insolent challenge in his name. It was torn into shreds and trampled underfoot. At the solemn discussion which ensued, he held forth a portentous length and dumbfounded the Brahmin. Shangzun then told him he was suffering humiliation enough and he was free to go.
Fucking roast your ass, dude.
Yeah. It's like I do apparently like that whole story of course spirals out pretty quickly into that guy being really pissed off. And then we almost have a war over like you dissed a guy so well that he now wants to go to war about this.
Lives for generations, so yeah. I do that too, I guess.
Yeah. And so I think at this point, Shangzun gets the title of Master of Law, basically.
Yes.
And
for which he is referred to for the rest of the novel, mainly.
It's like the Master of Law did this, the Master of Law did that, which is easier for me to say, but we can't call him that because it would have been too confusing.
I mean, if you want to.
I'm in too deep.
I have to commit.
Mm-hmm. Did I put this at the very end? I don't. No, this isn't my official quote. This is one of those things though that's like really important, and it makes me sad. This is quoting again from it. Easy progress was made across northwest India, and the native rulers vied with each other in doing honor to a traveler from afar. Now, at the best of times, to cross Indus is perilous, and this time it was not effected without mishap. The master of law rode on the elephant, but the manuscripts, images, relics, and a precious collection of seeds which he had made during his travels and which he had hoped might grow in China were placed in a boat under the care of a special custodian. When the middle of the current was reached, a storm gust swept over the river, and the boat was well nigh sunk by tossing waves. The custodian was rescued with great difficulty, but half the 100 manuscripts and the valuable collection of seeds which might have done so much service were lost. Only by the greatest exertion was anything at all saved.
Yeah, so.
That sucks.
Yep. Just all that fucking great knowledge.
Yeah, knowledge, seeds, tons of cool stuff, and it's like, wind.
Out there. Did you look up to see if anyone's ever found anything of a wreck in that regard? Or
like it's not a grand boat. It was like lost in a river, so it's like it'd
be fucking easy.
Yeah, but it just washed away.
Yeah.
It's just an annoying thing. It's like I assume since then people probably could just go get those seeds and stuff. But it's still just like maybe like I'm wondering what would happen to Chinese food if like literally 1,400 years earlier they got Indian spices.
We incorporated fucking ingredients from all the
like they could have this could have improved lives in so many interesting ways, but wind.
Doomed us all.
Yeah, there's a whole thing about I gotta double check the thing. Like a lot of this is happening under like the vision of a specific king, and I want to get his name right. He's like one of the most impressive kings of all time. What's his name?
Raja of Kamarupa?
Shil Aditya, which is like we'll get like he's the king who's like really likes Shangzong, and so they spend a fair amount of time together. He's also like the most powerful king in the whole region, so he's like giving him all like here's a note. If you meet anyone, give them this note. And it'll carry it a good distance. He refused all the gifts of the Raj of Kamarupa, save a warm garment needed for high passes.
Just the one.
He has a war elephant too. It's nice.
Everyone needs one.
Yeah. And then there's a little breakdown. He visited 70 states. He talked a bit about taxes.
It's important for every spiritual leader.
Yeah, lots of ancient traditions, yada yada. And then he returns home to a royal reception. Well, he tries to return home. There's a lot of stuff happens.
Yeah, the way and back again was still kind of long.
The back again is the hard part. He loses his elephant to the freezing cold. Sucks.
Kind of a couple other guys too.
There's one point where he's like, I think he was like, hey, you can go on this other grand journey all like out of the way, and he's like, no, I don't need more enlightenment.
Already done like freaking trailblaze work.
Yeah, I want to go home. I don't want to spend a bunch of other time going these other places now.
My gap here has literally been longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, so fucking hard. Anyways, in total, then he ultimately brings back like what is this? And now, after 16 years of pilgrimage travel, after visiting 110 different states, okay, I don't know what your definition of state is. Journeying some 20,000 miles, Shangzang is drawing near his native land. He bears with him 500 grains of relics. I don't know what a grain of relic. I should have looked that up.
It's weird.
Yeah, I assume that just means relics, like artifacts, reputed to belong to the body of Tagartha, who was the Buddha. 124 works of the Great Vehicle, 520 other volumes, borne by 20 horses, and 6 images of Buddha in gold and silver on sandalwood, an appeal to the transport sent by Cao Chang. He had written, notwithstanding differences in climates and modes of life, and notwithstanding perils beyond count, which have menaced me on my journey, I thank heaven, and nowhere did I come to harm. Reverence beyond all limit has been done to me, and my body has suffered no ill, and I have fulfilled all I vowed to accomplish. Yay!
But I actually been fucked up by all.
Oh yeah, also and then ... But his body had suffered ill, and terrible ordeal of crossing the icebound ranges left its mark. It weakened his robust constitution and shortened his life.
Yeah,
that is Boulting stepping in again.
Yes,
just a reminder. All that shit is hard to do.
Kind of crossing over multiple giant, tallest mountains in all of the world, and also some of those inhospitable deserts.
Yeah, so. Bandits. Constant.
It's bandits.
So I was being bitten by bugs and stuff. Yeah, went around traveling, went had a great time.
Turns out there's a thing as being under too much shade of all those umbrellas.
The thing is, like, people say, like, oh, it's all the mountain time stuff that did him in. No, vitamin D deficiency.
Just lounging around underneath his 16 parasols.
Yeah, that's what got him. And then he gets back. He's celebrated. Like, the new emperor is like, you did a grand thing. Yep. That was cool.
Sorry about maybe murdering your parents.
Yeah. Sorry about that war I did where a lot of people died. But I'm the emperor now.
Yeah.
And I think you're cool.
Yeah, and I think Boulting also, once again, don't know if this is Boulting or some other scholar that mentioned it, but he did kind of say, yeah, so you know how Shenzhen was kind of like hands off of all those gifts given to him? This one time, he basks in the fucking house.
He takes him, I didn't want any of those foreigner gifts, but the emperor, he's got good stuff.
Yes, on my ends.
In that case, and then he spends basically the rest of his life just like translating and doing more monk stuff.
Yeah, just being open for discussion to anybody who comes to him. But
he's a normal, capable monk for the rest of his life. And it's like, good work.
Didn't go on any more adventures or did anything. Fucking know what was that Frodo quote? Out of the ordinary.
Yeah. Okay. One thing I do like is here's a little thing about he was slow in making friends and reserved in intercourse with those that he made. Once within the gates of his monastery, nothing but an imperial decree could make him budge.
You made a fucking army to get me out of here, assholes.
Yeah. He has a whole thing where he has to rebury his parents because they didn't get a proper burial.
Yes. I think he also meets his sister because
she's old.
And I think most of his other siblings had died at that point.
Yeah.
As well, so.
Yeah, everything was sad. He just accepts his death and dies. Asks for a simple funeral.
Yep.
Kind of gets it.
Yes.
Depends on how you interpret things.
Got those skull fragments.
Yeah, and the closing line is that his soul was stitched to the stars, which I think is nice.
It's always moving, always looking up.
Yeah. Closing thoughts?
I don't. If this was meant to be like a summary of his like a journey, probably I don't think I needed to know every single time he learned about a bandit or whatever. But in terms of how Buddhism, further spread throughout China and much of the other surrounding area. I'd say I was thankful I learned about it.
Yeah,
I think also Boulting does like describe a little bit about the nature of Buddhism, I guess, and like the different
like the
greater and lesser vehicles.
And it's like how things developed and like certain disagreements.
Yes.
So
that was nice.
It like the whole thing is that this falls into the weird spot where it's like I feel like it's not quite enough to be like a interesting novel, but it's also not historical enough to be like a source for anything.
No.
So it's like it's vaguely good as an introductory work.
Yes.
But it's not particularly useful for anything else.
No, I'd probably fail if I use this.
You cannot use this because the only thing is like if you like find a scholarly source. No, the things he sourced. Those things are vaguely passable. What this is like.
This is the thing I maybe mentioned in my notes. This feels like the idea I had in high school of doing a slightly humorous like summarization of World War II or something.
Yeah, it's like if you had like a diary of a guy who fought for the whole war, and then you just basically condense that down with some jokes every now and again, and maybe some references to historical works, and be like, okay. So it's like, no, it's not really. That's not enough to stand on its own. No. Hey guys, it's fine. There are better options. That was the big problem for every single
learning about that Altair, Chinese history, Buddhism.
Yeah, the life of Shang Tsung.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, I think I do have a new edition / translation of Journey to the West upstairs. So
Okay. Why do you like just for your own purposes or what?
Yeah.
Just bought it?
Yeah.
Okay, good for you.
Thank you.
All right. You want to go first on the quotes? I have a few of them this time, so it's like this is different.
Well, I feel like we kind of dealt with the nature of my quotes throughout all this. So Altair.
Mm-hmm.
My first quote was I think this was during their earlier, like you said, their earlier attempts to get past some of the first.
Oh yeah, this
fortresses.
is when they're like first setting out. Like he's still in Chinese territory.
Yes, he's still hanging out with his
bandit friend.
Yeah. Yes, so the trio stealthily yet rapidly pursued their course each night.
Oh no, this is a point where I think it's he's joined up with two monks. The bandit friend is since abandoned. Yes. Okay.
They crept furtively into some hiding place before each dawn. By the time this evasive noctambulation had brought them to Kuachao, more than 100 miles set northeast of Langchao, Xuansun's horse was dead.
And that's the whole question.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're trying to get somewhere. Horse is dead.
Yep. Fuck it.
Yep.
But, we kept on going.
Okay.
So, as a sheer, this quote, I think, truly amplifies the sheer lengths that Shen Sun went to try and get the fuck out of China. Yep. And how much he did not fucking care about how many horses, elephants, people he had to go through to get there.
He's like a 1920s Hollywood director. It's like, more dead horses!
Throw them into the chariots! Throw them in front of the chariots!
Please, drown that elephant, just to be safe.
He's looking at me funny.
Yes.
I don't know why. I only killed most of its family.
Yes. Okay. I got a quote, then we'll go back to you.
Okay.
The feasted waters of the sea stretched out in lazy gluttony, expecting prey.
What an asshole.
The ocean's a dick.
Yep. Once more, it's glutton.
Okay.
So, and then my other one, to climb uncharted hills among the highest of the world, led by guides of no great experience, to make one's way over rock and glacier unroped and unprovided with specially constructed boots, to sleep in the open in rarefied and arctic air, to live on poor food and often to lack it, was to loathe the mountain pass. And this Xuansun did, heartily. It cost the caravan several dolorous days to cross the higher ranges, and by the time the western uplands reached, 13 or 14 strong men had been lost through cold and hunger, and more than double that number of beasts and birds. Yeah.
Lots of dead people.
So many dead people.
The amount of dead animals off screen, reasonable in my opinion, but according to some people, too high.
It's great. I love it.
Okay. Like I have two quotes. One of them's too long, so I'll just summarize it after reading the first one. Okay. The first one is one wonders how the guides got the elephants over such ridges, but they did.
Yeah, sometimes we'll just go into like great detail about like all these wonderful things that Shensun is saying. Like sometimes, they just got there.
Yeah. But they had an elephant, they went for a ridge. I guess it worked.
I don't know. By all accounts, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. The other thing is that there's another thing about like in the all our quotes are about the mountains. They're hard.
That's the main setting of the freaking thing.
It's where the most interesting things happen, at least for the non-Buddhists in the story. Yeah. If we were Buddhists, we'd probably be like, and then he met this guy, like, wow. And then he found these passages, wow. But I'm guys like, man and mountain, great. But the other thing is he goes through a mountain and then he runs into some ostriches.
Oh yeah, fucking ostriches are just there.
Yeah, like,
why did no one tell me there were ostriches outside of Australia?
No, are those emus?
Yeah, sorry, emus.
Emus, yeah. There's ostriches like all over the place. Okay, just giant fuck off birds. Yeah,
that's great.
Like I found that hilarious.
Yes,
it was like it's talking about how dead everything is, and then also ostriches.
They're giant ass eggs.
Yeah, like I think you can. Anyone wants to find the source work, you can Control F for ostrich. You can find that.
It's larger than you think.
Okay. Okay. Now we're up to the words section.
Yes.
Words. I think for this time, let's go back and forth instead of like if I just go first, I'll steal most of your words. Okay. Oxes and Gerardes. They're currently called Siradara and Amudara. They're the two rivers that feed the Aral Sea. Well, two of the major ones, at least. I think they've been heavily dammed since then. So, like,
of course.
Yeah.
Probably not
Okay.
as impressive.
Your word.
Yes. Well, you stole my first word, asshole.
I stole 2 words.
Yeah, they work together. Yes. So my second words are second and third are the Tian Shan and the Pamirs, which I believe are mountain ranges in Central Asia.
Okay. I gave up at a certain point for like geographic locations and structures.
Or just names.
Yeah, because it was gonna be like it would be 5 pages long.
Kind of.
Yeah, it would be kind of.
Yes.
Noctoambulation.
Noctambulation,
which is basically sleepwalking activities.
Yeah, just fancier word for that.
Yeah. I think it apparently it's not just sleepwalking. It's like specifically committing certain acts and not having memory of it because you're sleeping.
Okay. Just really fucking tired, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the Celestial Empire, which is an archaic term for the Chinese dynasties of ancient times, and I believe it was generally just given because the Chinese emperors were usually referred to as the sons of heaven.
Okay, they claimed to I assume they were like one of those kings that like claimed their little divinity, like we are related to Thor or we're related to this god or something like that.
Yep. This guy gave us a bunch of shit from Gautama.
So. Okay, that works out for me.
Yeah, and then I think it's I think like with this guy, with Butler, it came back into vogue with the fucking Europeans when they were learning more about the Chinese.
Okay.
And then, it's waxed and waned here and there.
So. Okay. Next word for me, Heraclius. Byzantine emperor from 610 to 640, famously defended the empire from the Persians, but ultimately lost a lot of land to the Rashidun Caliphate.
Sweet.
Yeah, he was a big deal until he died.
Good job. Did everyone else kind of sucked afterward, or?
Well, like he did a better job defending probably like the Byzantine lands than probably anyone that came after him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Said. Let's see here. Cathay was a European name for China. I believe it was derived from some of the groups that lived in western and northern China, and those groups are probably encountered by European explorers like Marco Polo, and then they just like Kanata, they just
okay, yeah, that location or all of it. I don't know, one of those two.
It's all on the map.
Okay, the lesser vehicle, an umbrella term for early Buddhist schools, at one time used by the Mahayana school to refer to the pre-Mahayana Buddhist paths to liberation.
I think it's kind of based more on just individual enlightenment versus the greater vehicle, which is out there more about bringing enlightenment for everyone. I
think like there's. I think it's mostly just about like its earlier structures. Like it didn't have. I think it's before a lot of the practices were like revolved is the main thing. It was kind of like we have vague ideas about these things, and then eventually, as time moved on, like we have more concrete philosophies, which then became the greater vehicles. The greater vehicle is another thing I learned. It's just like it's a broad group of like Buddhist traditions, texts, philosophies, and practices developed in the Amaravati region of ancient India.
Okay.
So I think the lesser vehicle developed slightly elsewhere and wasn't as defined.
Okay. Just we follow the Buddha.
Yeah. Okay, you're up.
Let's see here. Odium theologicum, which is just Latin for theological hatred.
Okay.
And then I think literally the image on Wikipedia for it is someone hitting someone else with a rock.
Okay, that makes me happy.
Yep.
Like you say, hitting with a rock or throwing a rock at it.
This kind of in the process of a downward motion. So
throwing a rock is way funnier than hitting a guy with a rock
because you might miss.
Yeah. It's like also like that's like hitting a guy with a rock. That's biblical. Throwing a rock at a guy, no. The Bible, like technically, like with a sling or something, yeah, it's in the Bible. But just throwing a rock, no.
That's just man.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. Ferratra, receptacles that house relics of saints.
Okay, and like for Christian saints, or
it's primarily like a Buddhist thing, but
okay.
But I think we might use that. Like it's an annoying thing. It's like he's using that word in this to describe Buddhist things, but it might be it might be a Christian term too. Okay, not sure.
It's in context.
Yes, in context, it applies to Buddhist structures.
Okay, that's right.
Okay.
Wow, I'm just getting like all the fucking Christian terms. I'm so great at this. Nestorian, human relates to the human and the belief of the human and the divine natures of Jesus.
Yeah, it's like well, they believe they were separate, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, as opposed to like other beliefs, which is 100% both, or it's like, well,
One or the other.
yeah, it's like some people like Jesus was just a guy, and some people think he was 100% man. Some people say he was 100%.
Gold.
Yeah, I guess, or it's like all God, which like that. I don't know. It's weird. Theology is weird.
Kind of.
In any case, great. We did beers, a flat frame, traditionally wooden, but sometimes of other materials. In antiquity, it was often wooden board on which dead bodies were placed.
Yeah, I think I've heard that one before.
Yeah, it was like I remember like him mentioning like being carried on a bier at some point. Yeah,
I had one too many beers.
Okay.
Let's see here. So I don't know if this is the one you mentioned, but Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay, yes, you mentioned that. Medes as well. They were a Iranian people, I think, from the Iron Age.
Well, Nebuchadnezzar is a person.
Yeah, no, sorry. The Medes was my second other word. Yes.
You didn't define it though.
I don't. Well, I don't because you already defined it.
I didn't say Nebuchadnezzar.
Oh, okay, sorry. Nebuchadnezzar was a Babylonian biblical king.
Yeah, I brought up Heraclius, who was a Byzantine king.
Yes. Okay, sorry.
Different people.
Okay, obviously.
Yeah.
Was a Babylonian biblical king, and also I believe you mentioned shortly thereafter the Medes, which were Iranian people that lived during the Iron Age.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. A butt of malmsey, a measured unit of medieval England for the transport of malmsey wine. First recorded in Geoffrey Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales.
What were those?
The Canterbury Tales?
Yeah.
So it's one of the most famous stories of all time.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, it's an English story about like a bunch of people at, I believe it's the Canterbury Inn, and they're all just telling stories about them like on their journeys.
Okay.
And so it's a bunch of like ridiculous tales about I think the one most people like to quote back to is about I think like a bard who's like sleeping with a guy's wife. But there's also other like a knight and his grand adventure and things like that.
Mm-hmm. On his grateful steed, Rosinante.
Maybe. I guess, but you never heard the Canterbury Tales before?
I've never read it, definitely. So
okay, it is quite famous. We might do it like one of its sections in this eventually soon.
I will look forward to it.
Okay.
Yes. So wheel, WEAL, happy state of mind.
Yeah.
Oh,
makes
I'm
sense.
sad now. I'll be going there for a minute.
It's a sense of you going down a slide, but then you get to the end.
Very disappointed.
Yes. Okay. Arrian and Strabo, prominent Greek authors in the Roman Empire who extensively documented geography, history, and the campaigns of Alexander the Great. Strabo is best known for his geography, while Arrian is renowned for his historical works, the Anabasis of Alexander.
Okay.
So I assume that just means like the life of Alexander.
Probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear. So Sind, a province. I believe in the context of the story, it's a kingdom in India, but in current day, it is a province of modern day Pakistan.
Uh-huh.
So, like you said, about just there traveling through what would be modern day Pakistan. And then let's see here, Kalon, which was the English term. I presume Butler was using this. Because Brit is the English term for modern day Sri Lanka.
Uh-huh. Okay. A stupas, a monument containing relics. Yep. That's the second thing I have that just is a thing that contains relics. That and Ferrata. I think stupas though is very specifically in Indian thing.
Well, I think it's also just like it has to be like on top of a mountain. I think maybe.
Yeah, maybe. In any case, I do remember like it has an accent on it, so I'm like, that's not an English word.
Yeah.
You have next one.
Let's see here.
Scroll.
Let's see here. Sacerdotalism, the belief of priests' power in society as intermediaries of God.
Yep. It's Catholicism. Yeah.
It's the best.
Peradventure means perhaps.
It's doubtful.
Yeah. I got perhaps.
Yeah.
Slightly. Okay, yours is more, you defined it as doubtful?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think perhaps is in like maybe.
Yeah, it's synonymous.
Okay. Perhaps. Doubtful is a bit more, it implies more.
Negative.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Like, did that happen? Perhaps. Did that happen? Doubtful.
Yeah. You decide. So.
Yeah.
All right. Coadjutors were assistants to a bishop.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, are you surprised at me not knowing that? Or?
No, it's like, pronounce it again.
I say coadjutors. I'm sure it's
yeah. I might have like it might have been
coadjutors. Maybe.
Yeah, I think I've heard it like probably with a Latin accent or something. It brings things to mind.
Latin, just pronounce how you think it sounds.
Yeah. Okay, Brahmanism. We already brought this up, but Brahmanism, the ancient set of practices that are based in the Vedas. Some rituals still practiced in modern Hinduism. It is seen as a bridge religion. Cremation and animal sacrifices are a major part of the ideology, which I don't think they do as much anymore.
Yes. Let's see. Wending, just traveling.
Yeah, wending. I think I've heard that.
Weaving and wending.
Yeah. Sangharama, deity that protects Buddhist temples.
There you
go. Okay.
Keep on going.
Are you done?
Yeah, you stole the rest of my. Well, you already did fucking Malmsey Butt or whatever. So
yeah. Sorry, I like Malmsey Butt.
Ain't such a vivid picture.
Pestiferious, dangerous to society, cumbersome. Yeah.
You're loading us all down, dude. You're fucking ruining our society.
Yeah. Dravidian, an ethno-linguist group primarily in southern India, which has a population of over 250 million. Never heard of them before. There's a lot of them.
They have more fucking several Canadas in there.
So. Yeah. Good work, guys. We've already brought this up. Shiladitya, who is likely another name for Maharaja Dhanraj of Kana, which... Don't blame me.
Yep.
I didn't.
Yep.
I don't blame you, Roosevelt. He was a major king and playwright. He was apparently a very capable king, but I think things began to fall apart shortly after he died. And so originally just like he had like 25 tribute kings, but I think by the end, like a century later, it's just one king. Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
This is a thing I'm kind of ashamed I didn't know. Quadrangle. Did you know this one?
What's the definition?
Quadrangle, a space or courtyard, usually rectangular, square, or oblong in a plane. In plan, the sides of which are entirely or mainly occupied by parts of large buildings or several smaller buildings.
No, I probably wouldn't be able to define that, but just, yeah.
No, because it's often how universities are laid out. So a lot of people say, I'll see you in the quad. That's what they meant. I just thought they meant that area outside the front door.
Yeah, or like in the fucking vestibule or shine open area.
Yeah, and I think like King's College is just a quad, basically.
I think they're adding a fifth building, so it's going to fuck it up.
Yeah. No, stop them.
Dang it. Why?
Okay. Helter Skelter, carelessly hurried and confused.
Yeah, we've heard that.
I've heard of the Helter Skelter is a thing I only knew because Charles Manson said it, but I thought he meant it as some weird biblical thing. No, it's an actual term that existed before he said it, and it had a pretty normal meaning.
Poor he ruined it.
Okay, and plaudit, to express approval, as opposed to just applaud. Plaudit.
You get one approval. That's
okay, and I think that's everything then. Yeah.
We gave our review, our general attitude sport things.
I think we kind of, we already did that. If you don't want to have any more closing remarks, my thing is like, this doesn't serve a purpose anymore. It had a purpose 100 years ago as some sort of entry point, but it's kind of lost any value.
We've kind of done a little bit more research on, the history of China since then.
Yeah. There are some there are some comedic prose.
Yes, I feel like you mentioned that when we were just starting to read this or whatever.
Yeah. Like there's some things that also feels like it's out of Lord of the Rings or something. But overall, it's like it doesn't satisfy any need anymore. No. I don't recommend it to anyone, but like you can look at it as look at this old weird thing.
In isolation.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
Can I have more elephants, please? Or...
there's only the one, and we lost it.
Oh, I thought you said we had two.
No,
and it was a rental.
Did anyone pay for the insurance on this elephant?
Damn it. Like 50,000 pounds of gold or whatever.
Oh, boy. Elephant insurance. It's so expensive.
No, I think I said my piece.
Okay. That's everything we got. Next time, The Idiots by Joseph Conrad.
Fuck you say to me?
Now I can talk about my brilliant ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So an idea I've been too lazy to do for like 2.5 years now is I wanted to do a crappy talk show.
Yeah.
and I wanted one of the guests was going to be a guy called Harvey Bergman, attorney at SCA.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
That's the gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
It's not really that. The whole gimmick is that like that there would be a television producer would come on the show every once in a while to pitch a show that he's like doing, and one of the shows would be Harvey Bergman, attorney at SCA. And the joke is that nobody cares about SCA anymore, so the attorney has no work.
Oh.
So it's just a guy. It then cuts to just a guy sitting in his office for like
head down.
Yeah, just kind of there. So maybe his phone rings, and it's like, yeah, I'll pick that up.
Yeah,
Okay,
give it 4 rings.
Yeah, and that's it.
It's just lazy enough to work.
Yeah. I'm like, I think I could animate that.
Yeah.
This thing would be animated, of course.
Yes.
All my projects.
We can't afford office space.
Yeah. I can't afford office space. Can you afford office space? You can rent it on DVD.
I can go to Pennsylvania and go into that paper making company.
Okay. Okay. When you think Office Space, you think the TV show.
No. I do know the show, the Office Space.
The movie. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a movie. Yeah. It's not a show.
What? It's crazy talk.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if was there a TV adaptation of Office Space? Feels like it probably exists as a pilot. But that movie ended with the office burning down, so I don't really know how you follow that up.
Yeah, the insurance. Let's see here. Excuse me. There was a Mike Judge's film Extract, which was also set in Office Space.
Never heard of it. Not to be mean, Mr. Judge, but not every single thing has been successful.
What the hell, man?
You're only worth $100 million instead of 102.
Hey, this thing made like $2 million more than its budget. Thank you.
That means it's a massive success.
And it had J.K. Simmons and Ben Affleck in it.
I do like J.K. Simmons.
Not Affleck?
No opinion.
Okay.
Literally just no opinion.
Never seen him in anything.
Like, he played Batman, didn't he?
Yeah. But you didn't see that, did you?
Wait, which Batman would have this been?
Batman versus Superman and The Flash.
And wasn't there one before Batman versus Superman?
Well, Man of Steel, but
he's not. That's Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Oh, so Ben Affleck replaced Henry Cavill.
No, fucking Henry Cavill was Superman.
Oh, he played Batman. Yeah, what am I talking about? Yeah, sorry. I was thinking my mind jumped to Superman. Sorry. Anyways, because I don't like any of those movies, so it doesn't mean anything to me. Yep. Sorry.
That is fair.
Okay, so that's my great pitch for a show. Is a talk show which features on it a producer who is then pitching a show called Harvey Bergman, attorney at SCA.
Yes. And is he like X? He just randomly shows up in every episode to try and push the pitch even further? Or?
No, I assume he tries to pitch other shows. This is like this is a gimmick. It's like, okay, we pitched this show, and then like next week he'd come on like promoting a different show. Okay. Except for me being the animator, it would be 2 years later is when the next episode comes out.
Oh, come on, just be like these guys and just reuse all your animations.
I could theoretically do that. It's not that hard, really.
Just shrink everyone into the corner.
It's one of those things you do sometimes think about, like, what if I just shot everyone from the back so I didn't have to do any lip syncing? Why don't I just put the camera on a mountain 20 miles away and say, like, there's action happening down there, believe me.
Just at the bottom there. They're working their way up.
You see those ants?
There you go.
Yeah, their antennas are moving.
Do you like your deceased's headquarters the size of that size?
Wait, what is our head of the military called? We don't have a Pentagon. Where's the army?
There's Department of Defense headquarters. I thought
it's just called that. Doesn't even have a fancy name. I would assume it's in Ottawa, but I'm not even sure now. I think that.
I think I went there once when I was in Ottawa. So.
I believe you.
Let's see here. National Defense Headquarters was created for the integration of the Canadian Armed Forces headquarters within the Civilian Defense Department of National Defense staff in 1972.
Okay.
It's not a specific location.
God damn it.
But is instead housed throughout a collection of offices and buildings across the National Capital Region.
So it just means it's in Ottawa.
Yeah, basically. Spread throughout Ottawa.
It's 37 separate buildings.
All within the same block.
I guess it makes some vague sense because, like, I guess it's harder to do a terrorist attack when it's on 38 buildings.
Take that, Pentagon.
Yeah. That's the thing. You see damage like from the Pentagon from a building, entire plane smashing into it. The Pentagon was like, we fucked up the outside a little bit. The doorman was hurt.
Yeah, we maybe lost a couple of janitors there. But...
Yeah, I think if they smashed into like half of these buildings with a plane, those buildings wouldn't be there. The plane would come out fine.
Yeah, they topple.
Why'd you build the entire building out of breadsticks?
We thought they'd find the too tasty to destroy.
Oh, would ever attack a breadstick building?
Monsters here. Okay, yes, it is in Ottawa.
Okay. Well, good work, Canada. We're harder to terrorize.
Your time.
We're just not iconic, though.
Yes, congratulations. This is a brutalist building.
In
a place full of
it's like a square and another square?
Square on top of square.
Yeah. There's a whole 3 squares.
Beautiful squares.
I'm okay. And it's called the Major General George R. Peaks Building. Pirks. And let's name it something. Okay, is that an important guy? Should I know this?
He was 20th Lieutenant Governor of British Columbia.
I hope that's not his only claim to fame.
Minister of National Defense for John Diefenbaker, James, for all those things that John Diefenbaker did.
Wait, that's after World War II. So, yes. So he was there for what, the Korean War?
The Korean War was like in the 40s, late 40s, early 50s, I thought.
Wasn't Diefenbaker there for that time? No, King was still hanging on for a while.
Yeah.
King lived way longer than I always think.
He does persist like that.
I keep thinking him like FDR was like he did his job and died. But no, King was like, I just did his job and then hung around for a while.
Don't worry, guys. That's great.
He had to speak to ghosts before he became one.
All right. Okay. So he did win. He got the Victoria Cross and lived. So.
Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah. Let's see here. For the First World War. Okay. Which was.
That was 1914. I'm pretty sure the first one.
No, what is? It's 29, so it would have been 1917 for your most conspicuous bravery and skillful handling of the troops under his command during the capture and consolidation, considerably more than the objectives allotted to him. In an attack just prior to the advance, Major Pirks was wounded in the thigh. Regardless of his wound, he continued to lead his men with the utmost gallantry despite many obstacles. At a particular stage of the attack, his further advance was threatened by a strong point, which was an objective of the battalion on his left, of which they had not succeeded in capturing. Quickly appreciating the situation, he captured and held this point, thus enabling his further advance to be successfully pushed forward. It was entirely due to his determination and fearless personality that he was able to maintain his objective with a small number of men at his command against repeated enemy counterattacks, both his flanks being unprotected for a considerable depth meanwhile.
Okay, I believe you. See, the sad part of those is he started with a considerable amount of men and ended with a small amount of men.
Yes, that's acceptable levels for Victoria Cross.
Yes. You got 1,000 of ours killed. Brilliant.
200 days. Good job.
Broke the record for most Canadians dead in the war. Yeah.
And like that one front alone.
That's a thing that I find kind of stupid but funny. I'm gonna piss off some Australians. Do you think we will have any Australian listeners by the time this comes out?
It'll be our sole dominant region.
Oh God,
Linux.
Okay. Like our big thing is we have as Canada we have Vimy Ridge, of course. That's our big thing. It's like that's the big battle thing that we did.
Australians have Tripoli.
They have Gallipoli. Yes.
Okay.
And the thing is, though, is Vimy Ridge was a big success. We won there. A lot of us died, but we won. Gallipoli,
horrible.
No, just massive failure.
Yep.
Just like complete catastrophe.
Yep.
I was like, it's a shame that their whole national thing is like, we tried.
We got fucked over.
It fell apart immediately, and then kind of just kept being bad for a while. The end.
Yep. But who has the better film deals, James?
Well, them, obviously.
Yes.
Well, it's just they're so charming and handsome.
Just dashing rogues.
Nobody wants a story of like, and then the Canadians did a good job.
It's not inspiring at all.
No, Gallipoli is like, and then they tried real hard. It didn't work.
They ran as far as they could.
Yeah. There you guys. Do you have anything you want to pitch then for my talk show that doesn't exist?
Let's see here. Can Moltar be in it?
Will I get sued? I can make a Moltar-like character.
Okay, there you go. Thank you.
Okay, we can put. What would you want to call him? Was it? It's magma and lava. So you want to call him Loltar? Oh, that sounds too dumb.
Yeah.
Sounds too internet infested to call somebody Loltar.
God, we have standards here, James. Come on.
Okay. What's another good thing? Can you look up terms for liquid rock? Oil tar? No, that's. Petrol tar? Petrar. Just coming up.
Pumice, tough, lava, magma.
Okay, well, those are all types of rock, which are formed from they're all igneous rocks.
Okay, slag tar.
You want to call them slag tar?
Sure.
It's got to be a slur in England or something.
Slag, Urban Dictionary.
Oh, wait, or did I learn recently that means heroin or something?
For slag.
Yeah, because I think my mom was mentioning that recently to me.
Oh yeah, no, and it also means a woman of promiscuous character.
Okay, yeah, okay. So. I know to slag off means to not do a job.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Okay, okay, not slag tar because it's too insulting. And what else do we got?
Colloid tar.
Uh-huh.
Tephratar.
I'm halfway okay with Tephratar.
Let's do it.
Okay, Tephratar it is.
Quartz tar.
Wait, what?
Quartz tar.
Quartz tar?
Yeah.
Because it's just quartz?
Yeah.
I think you're phoning that one in.
All right, fine. Tephratar it is.
Tephratar it is.
Okay.
I'll just change the colors ever so slightly. There you go. And we can just have them there.
And sometimes remove some colors.
Yeah. They'll flip back and forth on occasion.
It'll be great.
It'll be fine.